Welcome, Leo, to Psychicloveheals. This is going to be your March 2018 love energy reading. This is Solomon. So I do hope that you have a great month. And what we're going to do is start out with a 9-card spread from beginning to end to see what you might be going through. Okay, so let's see. Messages for Leo and love. I already shuffled off camera, and I'm going to lay these out in a sec. This is for Leo and love for March 2018. Okay, done shuffling. Just about to cut the cards. Okay. So as we start out the month, some emotional contentment. A lot of you may be happy in a blissful mode about someone, something, the situation. It could be money, it could be a gift, it could be that you are seeing someone new, or a marriage situation, a relationship is going as planned, maybe not as planned, and it could be a surprise. So as you start out the month of March, there is something that is joyous, and it could very much be you and your partner finally on the up and up with some kind of money, a move, real estate. There could be energies where you both have a job, you are both learning to do things on your own, but keep the relationship and partnership interesting, fun, playful, where you're feeling confident. Your self-esteem is up there. You two are kind of on the same page, and doing your thing, doing your business. With a new job, or the money that you have been saving, it does indicate that you are now able to maybe make that move, purchase that home, purchase that merchandise or material things that you desire, whatever it is that you want. So a lot of you are definitely motivated in your relationship, and I feel that the splurging could definitely be up there, in the charts, because you do have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So that does indicate that there could be a lot of spending, some reckless spending from buying different things. Some of you could be kind of, shut down if you are out on a date night, you're getting to know someone new, and maybe this is an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, that you're getting to know. Maybe things don't go as planned with that particular person, because they may not have a job of their own. For some of you out there, others of you, children, dealing with children, delays with money, finances, that kind of security. But I do feel that the money that you do have, that you've been working hard towards or for, that you'll be, kind of digging in that stash, but then other plans may not go as desired. Some of you may kind of turn someone down because they do have children, you have children, you have other things and obligations to focus on, and plans may not go all the way that you want it to go, maybe as the week starts to end in that beginning of the week. So then as you feel confident in the beginning of the month, and then you start to have those money concerns a bit, then you get a little bit more fearful. Okay, you start to question your decisions, you start to question yourself, you start to pull back a little bit. You're optimistic maybe in the beginning of the month, and then things kind of change because you kind of pull back into maybe a pattern of, I'm not sure if I should do this or not, I'm not sure if this is a move that I would want to make. You start to get claustrophobic, and you start to become unmotivated because you don't have the assets that you had in the beginning. So now you start to quiver, shake, and make sure that you try not to do that. I do feel like planning is part of what you need to do. Make sure you have those goals, and keep things on the up and up. And as you do that, though, as you start to think about certain objectives and things that you want, you may feel, because you have a lot of Pentacle cards that are showing up for a lot of you out there, and I feel like a lot of times when I see this is if you are feeling affected by that and you cling on to a person or a relationship, and the lessons in February was to learn to not to have those worries, the extreme worries about that, or to cling on to a relationship partner because they are able to provide for you and stand there for just that reason. This tells you that you were working well towards that in the beginning of the month, and then as soon as you start to have those money concerns, you start to kind of fold again, because you maybe make some bad decisions, and then you say, whether it's child support or anything like that. When it comes to your marriage or moving, then you move to this new place and you have this idea and plans about it, and then you start to get a bit more insecure about it because you are trying to hold on to what you've had so much. So there's this energy of kind of clinging on, but then you try to work through of letting go again, trying to open up again. So it's almost like a cycle that you're still having to learn. And this is maybe growth through, I'm looking at energies with you, and maybe not reaching another person just yet. That's maybe not in the picture. Some of you are definitely with a partner and you're working together on, how to balance things, do different things, add activities in your day-to-day lives, and still having a good time being able to pay for the bills and the rent and all of those kind of things. Others of you are trying to stay motivated to take care of yourself before you are to offer yourself to another person right now. So I feel like that's the emotions and what you're trying to do. And you see that devil card just come out here in reverse. That's opening up to someone, letting go of this energy of materialism, this energy of the fear of losing a partner because of how well they have helped you out, or vice versa, in a way where you cling on to that so much, where you hold and you restrict yourself from exploring new opportunities or traveling to a different state, a different country, a different part of the world, or doing something different, or stepping outside of your comfort zone when it comes to a religious background or spiritual background. The race, someone that you talk to that may be a bit different from what you're used to, that tells you to give it a chance, to give a different job a chance, to give a different person a chance, and to break away from this fear or this addiction of a relationship, whether it's sexual, whether it's financial, or emotional dependency on another person, where you're having to do different things on your own and not always hold on to the other person because that's always what you've been used to. So I feel like there is some lessons to be learned here for sure. So you're breaking away from some habits. You're slowly starting to open up to maybe your partner a bit more, being able to communicate, and as they learn how you deal with and cope with these things. And as you are doing that, the Seven of Pentacles comes out in reverse, and it does indicate that you may still not feel obliged to move forward completely with somebody. You're still waiting for the right time. These Pentacle cards are piling up, so these are money things that are on your mind for a lot of you out there. You're trying to do your best to cope with you, maybe even take some advice from your partner. Maybe you don't want to let them know that you're listening to them, that you're taking in their advice, because you may want to keep that to yourself, because you don't want to feel vulnerable. You don't want to feel like you're less than or that you're weak. You want to come off with that Leo energy of being strong, strength, that perseverance, being confident, and not allowing someone to see any kind of weakness or insecurity and doubt. So it's like, I'd rather walk away from this particular situation if I'm having to wait for someone else to make a decision, or if I'm having to do things in a different way that I'm not used to just yet. I'm not ready for that right now. So some of you just may kind of put things down. You may have to wait for a little while and focus on other things. And maybe it's like you may kind of go to the gym, you may go back to school, you may stick with a older commitment that you're in. You see the devil in reverse as you were trying to break away from something. But then as you try to say your freedom was there in the beginning of the month, you start to feel new, rejuvenated, and then things start to change a bit. You may start to fall back into that fear, holding on to certain patterns, a certain person, the energy, and then you kind of walk away from that new beginning and say, hold on, I'm not ready. I need to work on myself again. I need to do some research on how I feel, how I can change and transform, and maybe I need to, read up on certain things, spirituality, maybe heal, go back to school so I can get some more, maybe a higher degree, some more education, a bit more healing, whatever it may be. You may figure that things need to stay as they are. The Hierophant does come through. Now, sometimes that does come where you move away from an older commitment or relationship into something newer for a lot of you out there. And as you start to do that, though, the Nine of Swords shows up with the Hierophant. So that does indicate to me that a lot of you are getting over a marriage or a divorce, and you are trying to divorce yourself from the obstacles or the confrontations or the conflict that you may have with a certain person, financially and even emotionally, for a lot of you out there. That's why I feel like it's taking time. It could be dealing with a Taurus for some of you out there. It could be dealing with your family, who may be kind of interjecting themselves or their opinions or their perspective on your relationship and how it should be. You know, those kind of things may be there. You know, some of you are, you know, dealing with a very strict relationship partner who's very stubborn. Now you are a fixed sign as well, and we have this fixed energy of the Hierophant being there. So sometimes a lot of you say, you know, I'm just not ready for change right now. I need things to stay how they are until I'm ready to make a certain choice or a certain move. That's what it looks like to me for a lot of you. And as you start to feel better, as you're starting to, you know, be able to sleep, you know, not lose your sleep over these things, then you'll be able to commit. But right now, and I feel there's good momentum in the beginning of the month, and then you may start to face those inner demons and try to break away from either the temptation, any kind of things you may have. Say if it's the money, the sexual things, it could be porn, it could be anything, any kind of drug addictions that you may fall back on every now and then. You start to ask yourself questions as to, are these things serving me? What's keeping me away from this commitment or the love that I truly want with this particular person? Or if I'm not ready to commit just yet, maybe I need to be single and focus on that at this time. Maybe I need to feel stronger in all ways before I'm able to offer myself to another person. So to me, it looks like a process of it's self-reflection, working on you, your confidence, and the way that you handle material possessions for a lot of you out there before you are to commit. All right, so those are your messages. I do hope that they did help you out. They are general in nature, so make sure that if you would like to, you can go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule a private reading, which will be directly for your energy, as these are general in nature. All right, so have a great month. Much love and much light.